So I just got done listening to this really interesting podcast. It's called Marketing Against the Grain. It's done by HubSpot. Well, it's part of the HubSpot network, I should say. I really like what those guys are doing and how they're leveraging like influencers, basically, like micro influencers, but especially in the B2B space to really help drive more awareness around their platform. But let me tell you about the concept. So the concept that they dropped, and they just had like this rant they were doing about different ideas, which I think I want to get into doing more on the podcast, just like sharing creative ideas. And it's about a network that would allow B2B influencers especially to do sponsored Zoom meetings. Now this is really interesting, especially if people are trying to get into key accounts that are hard to get into, like around, let's call it, if you're trying to break into Microsoft and one of their different divisions. And you might have a friend, or you might know somebody that has regular meetings with the real influencers in that space. And they're doing a Zoom call, so you would sponsor their call, maybe throw them some swag, throw them a t-shirt, have your logo up in the background, and you would pay that actual person just for that actual time slot. I think that's mad interesting. I think that this is something that might catch on. Don't know what happened with the lights right there, but either way, hopefully it's a safe flight out to the bay. Let me know if you guys know any platforms right now that exist, because I find this really interesting. I think especially in the healthcare space, there's so many micro-influencers, and especially in fragmented industries around the rehab and like physical medicine world. That's where I live. And these PT and these family medicine docs, functional guys, chiropractors even. It's so fragmented that I think a micro-influencer campaign that will allow you to connect with providers would be really interesting. But I'm curious to me if you guys have come across any of this type of activity out in the wild. With that being said, drop some comments, tag people if you know that someone that might have more insight in this. Let's connect here on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear some other thoughts around this concept. All right.